Fit FM is owned and operated by Communistation Company Limited, located in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. We broadcast on FM 96.7 locally and is heard worldwide on fitfmja.com. Our mission is to amplify diverse voices and opinions, inform, educate, entertain, and engage listeners of all ages and lifestyle while promoting responsible community development. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music, interviews, and lively discussions. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Know yourself, know your roots, know your culture. You're in tune to Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. I'm Mara said that.
Never let it make you wear a frown. Well, you are only one life to live, so your best shot you've got to give. Yes, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 above them all. Well, things may not be like you want them to be. Yes, so be wise. You got to tread carefully. Well, there may be obstacles in your way. Just remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 above them all. Well. Sound the bend from Lookout Point to a compound town. I am my ancestors' blood, flesh, and bone. Nani Kojo, Kwawu, and Taki, bloodshed to set us free. Resisted oppressors and traitors, never bow to them tyranny. We are the mountain warriors, traveling a hilly terrain. We are the mountain warriors, treading through joy and pain. Stony Ghetto, Spanish town, warriors feet hit the ground, disrespected by the governor. Courthouse burned flat down. Martial law could not contain us. Freedom, that's all on our minds. The journey's long and strenuous. No mountain too hard to climb. We are the mountain warriors, traveling on hilly terrains. We are the mountain warriors, treading through joy and pain. To overthrow our enemies, we stand up with dignity. Ancestors as our guide, we won't run nor hide. Almighty people, overcome those evil. Let's fight and push it on. Let me catch it. I got to say, sound the bang, from Moortown to Charlestown. Woo! We want to pick up the people of a compound town.
We want to big up the people of Jamaica, the people of St. Elizabeth, the people of the world. And Jackie, bloodshed to set us free. Oppressors and traitors, never bow to them terror. Stop it here before. We are the mountain warriors. Yeah. I want to big up. I said big up the people of a compound town. Joy and pain. We are the mountain warriors.
From to a compound town. I am my ancestors' blood, flesh and bone. Nani Kojo Kwau and Taki, bloodshed to set us free. Resisted the oppressors.
What a wonderful evening it is. Folks, we want to say good evening. Good evening, good evening to everyone. Blessings and light and love. And we say Akwaba. Akwaba to every single person who is joining us at this moment. We want to thank you. We have gone through 2021 and we're here in 2022, first program for the year. And we really want to say what an awesome blessing it is to be here. We thank everybody who joined us last year and the year before, and you're back again with us this year as we go through 2022. Enough things to do during this period of time. As Aymara would say, it's a continuation. And we're going to talk later to our guest. She's on already, but we want to say a few things because really, is it really a new year though? We can talk about those things and more when we join our guests later on. But we want to big up some persons already who have joined us live on Facebook. Hey, bless up yourself, Bev Moonchild. Bless up yourself, my sister. And Rosalie. Rosalie, you know, me gonna call you know, good and faithful servant. Always joining, always from the UK. And we know what time it is now in the UK. It is, if it is 10 minutes after 6 in Jamaica, just put on 5 hours and a little bit. And then we get the UK time. And you're always here with us, Rosalie. Thank you so much, good and faithful listener. We want to big up Joyce Small, another faithful listener. She's on already. We say, folks, just share the program with your friends and invite other people to come on and join us as we go through another and the first really for this cycle as we begin 2022. What a joy to be here. Big up all the people who know them husband song. Okay. Okay. You're going to behave yourself this evening. You're going to behave yourself this evening, right, ma'am? Please. The program just start and the year just start. Okay, behave yourself, the man. We want to big up Aymara on that one. Mountain warriors, sound their bang. And you hear me talk about the people of a compound, right? We want to hail up the people who have kept their tradition firm and strong. Yesterday was a display of wanting and knowing that your culture is your heritage and your heritage is your culture. Despite what would have gone on, we will hear the details, I'm sure. But we want to big up the people, big up Chief Curry, big up all the people who would have gone out to support the festival in a compound. We say it is what it is, and our heritage is indeed our culture. Our culture is our heritage. And we say continue to hold strong, continue to hold firm. People, if you are listening, we want you to tell us where you're listening us from, where you're joining us from. Tell us, let us know so we can hail you up. We want to hail up the people in the parish of Trelawney, hail up the people in St. Anne, hail up the people in Manchester, hail up the people in St. Elizabeth, Black River, yes, Mangote, on the 96.7. Yes, man. So, you know, we're spreading our wings and we're going to get bigger and better as the year rolls on. We want to big up the people in St. James, the people in Hanover, the people in Westmoreland, the people in St. Mary, the people all over who are listening to 96.7 Fit FM, your life, your music. We want to big up the people who always join us on Facebook, the people who join us on fitfmja.com. We want to big you up immensely. We want to big up the people from Belize joining us on Fit FM. Sharon, the herbalist from Belize.
Sharon Herbalist Ross.
Herbalist Ross, Sharon, you are joining us from Belize. We want to big you up, my sister. Spread the word and share the live. Share the program this evening with your friends because we are really in for a really treat program. We're in for a treat this evening with this program. We thank, yes, from Belize, Sharon Herbalist Ross. Thank you so much, my sister. Tell people about Cultural Mix, and maybe we need to talk to Sharon over there in Belize one of these evenings. Who knows? We are a program that deals with culture, cultural heritage. We do we talk, we don't even say interview, we have discussions. We talk about lifestyle, we play music, and some people come just to hear the music. You hear in the background there, Sound There Bang by Aymara. We have other music coming up during the program, and we're going to be having an exciting time this evening. Thank you so much for being here. And our guest is on, Kalula, one and only. We soon welcome her. But let us hear a little more of Sound There Bang, and then we go over to our guest waiting.
Sound Bang, from Lookout Point to a compound town. I am my ancestors' blood, flesh, and bone. Nani Kojo, Kwau, and Taki, bloodshed to set us free. Resisted oppressors and traitors, never bow to them tyranny. We are the mountain warriors, traveling a hilly terrain. We are the mountain warriors, treading through joy and pain. Stony Gotto, Spanish town, warriors feet hit the ground, disrespected by the governor. Courthouse burned flat down. Martial law could not contain us. Freedom, that's all on our mind. The journey's long and strenuous. No mountains too hard to climb. We are the mountain warriors, traveling a hilly terrain. We are the mountain warriors, treading through joy and pain. To overthrow our enemies, we stand up with dignity. Ancestors as our guide, we won't run.
Know yourself, know your roots, know your culture. You're in tune to Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM.
I seek and I search and now I found
Fridays, 6
my true identity. My heart is black, and I'm proud of that. Hey, whoa. My heart is black, nothing wrong with that. Oh no, hey. Once I was a little child, I used to hear the Bingy Man them chant all the while. And when we see the Rasta man a forward, me and my friends would a get up and run. But while I'm growing, I'm reading the analytical and also a quest. And I come to the whole conclusion, Rasta principle is all time best. My heart is black, and I'm proud of that. Yeah. Oh, my heart is black, nothing wrong with that. Oh no, let your heart be pure and exercise love for sure. Let's demonstrate love and teach the world some more. And if your heart is blue, that's cool with me too. Let's maximize love and show the world that your heart is pure and true. Because once you're born as a human, everyone should be treated equally. I try through Babylon, come to teach and correct confusion. And above all else, I will never rest till I conquer and wipe out all wickedness.
Kofla say him will never rest until him conquer and wipe out all wickedness. Yes, Kofla, that's a lifetime job. Yes, because wickedness there, you know. There, enough. But we're not going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about more positive stuff that will take us into a better us. And who else to do that than our friend and sister waiting to talk with us? Kalula, how are you, my sis?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and thank you for agreeing to come on and talk with us. How things? How you doing?
Oh, right now, in this moment, I'm wonderful. You
Yes.
ever know where I am? All the way up in Saint Elizabeth in the mountains of Malvern. And the
Wow.
beautiful cottages, windmill cottages. Oh, it's so
What?
beautiful up here. Yeah, man. And it's cold, but I'm loving it.
I can't just imagine how it is up
I
there.
love it. Yes, this is
Malvern, 'cause from
perfect.
you mentioned Malvern, or you know it's up there cool.
I have never been, but I'm telling you, for my first experience, this is it. I love
Yes,
it.
you
I'm
love
going
it.
to be here for a while.
Okay, but people are looking on and saying, Kalula, I know the face, but I'm not familiar with the name. Tell
Okay.
us, yes, tell us. We could talk about that first of all.
Well, this is the same face, so what you want? The Babylon name?
No. The people who are not familiar with the name. So how she come by the
Oh,
name?
the name itself.
The
Oh,
name,
okay.
yes, the name Kalula.
Kalula is Swahili for free. It means free. That's it.
So when we say free mind, free spirit, and a free thinker, it's not a joke thing.
Not a joke.
It's in
Not
the
a
very
joke.
name that you have.
Free.
Very name. Tell me
Yeah.
now how important that is. Your name should reflect who you are.
Oh Lord, so important. Your name is your identity. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I need to expound on that. You know, that's your name says it all for who you are. You know, and what I find is that we didn't name ourselves. You know,
Right.
and who named us didn't really know us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our parents or whoever it is that named you.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 second, I'm trying to get the light back on. Yes, they didn't know us. So once you start knowing yourself and who you are, then you take on your own identity. So that's what I did, you know. I just took it on. And it was just a
Right.
perfect fit for me, being free, understanding that I'm a sovereign being, born free, you know. So it's just a perfect name for who I am right now.
Mm-hmm. And you say who I am right now.
Because we're
Because
evolving
why?
every moment. We evolve
Okay.
in every moment, you know. We're never one person moving to the next moment. As far as I know, I keep growing. You know, if we stop growing, we're dead, pretty much.
Yes.
You know, and I know there are some people that just remain the same and stagnant and all that. Well, that's not life either, so you're dead. So yeah, you just keep evolving, you know, you just keep moving. So
Yes. As you mentioned that I was listening, I was reading, I think it was reading where it was someone in one of those African countries, and he was saying you acquire names as you grow.
yeah, look at that.
Yes,
Look
you
at that.
acquire names because, as you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier, you grow, and when you grow, you change, you know.
You become a whole new person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
If
and
you
and,
don't
and,
go
and the
ahead.
culture for them now is to, as you become that other person, you must have a name to suit that other person.
I believe in that.
Yes.
I mean, I believe I'm going to be free all my life, but you know, there are other names that I will probably give myself as I learn more about who I am. You know, but right now, freedom means the world to me. You know, I realized once I understood that as a sovereign being, you know, free, born free on this earth, I couldn't choose any other name in that moment. So right now is Kalula.
Kalula. So
Yeah.
welcome, Kalula. So all the
Thank you.
people who would have known her by another name, that was then. She was that person at that time. But in this moment, we're talking with Kalula. Kalula, which school you attended in Jamaica when you had another name?
With school?
School,
Well,
yes.
we want to big up Vaz Prep if we want to start at the prep school.
Okay.
Let's big up Vaz. And after that, we went to Immaculate, you know, the best high school in Jamaica. Thank you very much.
All right. We won't debate it. We won't debate it.
Not even debatable. But big up all the Immaculate Conception high school girls, the MAC girls, we call ourselves, the MAC girls.
Okay, okay. The people who are listening from Knox College in Clarendon, yes. Let us understand that when people say they are the best high school, we just don't bother pay them no mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, Kalula, it's good to have you, my sister.
Thank you so much.
We are in a new year, and a lot of people you would hear say, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy. This morning I heard Imara say, Happy Continuation.
Yeah.
Is there anything as a new year? What do you think?
Let me tell you, there's what's called perception, and just like how I create and understand my identity, I create my own reality. So if it's a new year for other people, that's great. But for me, it's just life. It's just another day. It's just another day. I stop wearing a watch. I'm not on nobody time, and that goes for the calendar. Of course, I still accept birthday gifts in April, but I really can't be bothered with the whole heap of time and the date and the, right now in this time, it just don't even mean much. What really means much to me is just life. It's just getting up and living and understanding who I am as a person, what my purpose is here on earth. So to say it's a new year, it's neither here or there for me. So it just depends on what reality you have created for yourself to understand whether it's a new year for you or not.
Yeah. The reality you have created for yourself. What is that reality that you, Kalula, have created?
Oh, freedom. A reality that just allows me to be free, free from all of what's been going on in this world today. I had to set myself free from it, Many will call it the third dimension. A lot will call it the matrix. Some call it Babylon, the rest of the man will call it Babylon. You have to kind of start detaching yourself from all of this because it's not life. It certainly is not my life. It's another man's story, So I just decided that I'm not going to follow that narrative anymore. And once I shut out all of that narrative and all the whole crazy stories, then I've detached myself and create how I want to live. The kind of freedom that I know I come here to have and to be. That's what I'm attaching myself to. So it's just me creating my own life right now.
How did you come to wanting to create your own life, your own reality? What brought you to that point?
Oh, just realizing that the other man's story was stressing me. It's a stress. It's a stress to get up and say you're going to do a 9 to 5, work for another man, pay bills, run up and down for the almighty dollar. I'm not into that rat race. That's not my life. That cannot be life, because you continue to do that till you die, and then what? So this earth here is just so beautiful to explore, and the nature, the trees and the sea and everything that we're supposed to be connecting to. We're all distracted by because we're running down this almighty dollar. And again, working for another man's pocket for what? Putting yourself in debt constantly every day. So I've just become completely debt free and just living my life free, completely free. I can't be a part of that. It's not life for me. Another man can say, that's the comfort zone. They don't have a problem following what society say they're to do. From we're born, we're domesticated enough. From we're born, they're telling us how to eat, how to what we need to learn in school. School don't teach you nothing, and that might be a big statement that is debatable to many. But if you're in the matrix, it's gonna mean a lot to you. But for me, it's neither here or there. I left school and I don't understand how to live life. And I've left school. I've done schooling. I've done tertiary schooling. I've gone all the way up. And I still don't know how to live. That's crazy. So that's what I'm detaching myself from. That's what I'm cutting away from. I have to create something that when I get up in the morning, I am smiling every day like I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to smile. I'm supposed to enjoy my life. I'm not supposed to wait on a weekend to enjoy my life. I'm not supposed to wait till I take a vacation to enjoy my life. I'm still living right now in this moment, and I'm going to enjoy my life in this moment once I have breath. So I'm going to do it my way this time.
You talk about leaving school and don't even learn how to live life.
Yeah, a big thing that.
Yes, let us talk about it because persons might say, what she talk about? You know, what you need to learn it for how to live life. Whether you just get up by it. Yeah? We
The
could
only
talk
thing
about
you
that.
learn is how you can survive getting a job and getting your house and your car. That's what you learn. But you stress
Mhm.
yourself out doing that. That's not life. That
Mhm.
might be life to somebody else. You know, when I talk, it's just a little, it's Kalula talking. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's not my life. That's not how I've done it. I've done the car, I've done the house, I've done the kids, I've done it all. I've done it. I've done the
Mhm.
businesses. I've done working for people. I've done it. What I've recognized is that doesn't make me happy. That's not the life I choose to live. So I've
Mhm.
detached from it. Don't want it. I rebuke
Mhm.
it. Oh, the Rasta man will say fire. Man, I
Yes.
don't want no more of it. I don't want no more of it.
Rebuke it in the name of Kalula.
Yeah, you see it there? And in the name of freedom, that's what
Yes.
Kalula is. In the name
In
of
the
freedom,
name
I
of
rebuke it.
freedom.
Because it
So,
imprisons you in a bev. It
yes.
absolutely imprisons you, you know? It's
Mhm.
it's a tiring game too. And then when you reach 60, you don't know what in the world you did. You
Because
know.
it began serious, you know. You have a 9 to 5. For a lot of persons would have started working in your early 20s or say your 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And you work up to retirement, which is 60
Five.
now, it is now 65.
Yeah.
No, you tell me now at 65. I was talking to someone over a few months ago. And I said, listen, we spend so much of our time wanting to acquire so much material stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when we acquire all of this material stuff, for example, a house, you put on an upstairs on it and so on and so on. Sometime as long as the week is, you don't go upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the week is, just your bed, you see, and maybe
Oh,
the key.
absolutely. Yeah.
And at the end of it all, at 60,
Mm-hmm.
you don't even have the strength now to enjoy
To
this.
do anything. To
Because
do
if you have a
anything.
9 to 5, you leave out from 5 o'clock and
Mm-hmm.
you come back in at this time, maybe just in
You give
time to eat
somebody at
something.
least 12 hours of your time. If you have a 9 to 5, that means you're already given up half of your day. Because 8
Mhm,
hours to work for them and 4 hours to prepare yourself to get there and back
mhm,
home.
mhm,
So you
mhm.
half the day done already. You get home and it's just the kids. There's no time for yourself. You can't enjoy life. And you live for the weekend. You live so that you can have 2 days off, Saturday and Sunday, to do it all over again. How can that be life? I mean,
Mm,
somebody got to do it. It's just not going to be me. So
mm.
no, you're 95. That I'm happy for those who are enjoying it, but it personally, it's not my life. I can't do it anymore.
What brought you to say, me done with this now? Was there a moment? Was there something? Was there an occurrence? Was there something that happened that say, you know what, I'm done with this now?
I think as a paralegal, as a certified paralegal working at a law firm, and I think at the end, there was one I was still doing my side hustle, and I stopped when my side hustle started making more in a day than it was that I was getting per month. So
Mm-hmm.
I said, this is it for me then. Let me just do my own thing. And I've always been entrepreneurial, that kind of a mind, always had that mind to just always do my own thing. So even though I had to have a 9 to 5 at the time when I'm raising my children, um, I always lean towards hoping and praying that my side hustle would free me from the 9 to 5, and in that moment when it was able to free me from the 9 to 5, I just said, hey, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye,
Mm-hmm.
law firms, and just went ahead and did that. Even in running your own business, that is a 24, I'm
Yeah.
talking about all day. You're not putting in 9 to 5 anymore. You're putting in 24/7, but
Mm-hmm.
you're doing something that you love and
Yeah.
enjoy. So it doesn't really feel like work,
Mm-hmm.
but of course, when my husband passed now, um, I took the whole from that was 2018. So in all of that, those 3 years, it just woke me up.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest in doing certain things anymore. I think they would call it a spiritual awakening. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
think his death shocked me into that. It's like when somebody shock you or you go through anything traumatic, there is this thing where your spirit awakens
Mm-hmm.
and the world looks different. You actually can see what the matrix, exactly what the matrix is about. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what you said. Hell no.
So I want to talk a little, if you allow us to talk
Mhm.
about when your husband passed, but I want to say something in raising children and having that 9 to 5. And then now you realize, but wait, I can do something for myself what I love.
Mhm.
How did you allow them to understand what you were doing? Do they understand? Do they have this kind of mindset that you have now?
My children, absolutely. They all want to do something for themselves. They've always been like that. I've always said find what you love and use it. And cross your finger that it make you eat some food. But
Mhm.
I've never forced them to go into this academic and to be this. If they wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer, then I would have encouraged that. But I wanted them to understand um how to live, how to truly live. And you really need to put a roof over your head and to eat, you know.
Mhm.
And of course, some other parent would be like, well, that's not, ambition. That's not, you must want it all. You must have, want them to build a 5-bedroom house, even though they only sleep in 1 bedroom. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
But I've never taught them that. I've always kept them grounded, and that's who they are today. If you
Mhm.
get a chance to talk to them one day, you can ask them, you can interview them and see, because it's very interesting. I have a family meeting with them on WhatsApp every Monday, and to hear them speak now as adults, guys, 5 big people have now, so to listen to them
Wow.
speak, yeah, man, to listen to them speak is amazing. And I'm like, you know what? I really have to tell myself that I did a good job with my kids. I love
Yes.
how they think. They're free thinkers like me. They question everything. Nothing is taken as face value. You can't just come to my children and say, and them not say what?
Mhm.
The reaction
Mhm.
is what?
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
love that. I love that. They're free thinkers. Yeah.
And that is what we need for our young people to think, to ask questions,
Yeah.
question everything.
Especially in this
And
time. Yep.
and people will say, not everybody has that kind of ability to ask questions. And so when I say ask questions, we're not talking about being disrespectful to people.
Mm-mm.
We're talking about confronting things when you see it. And when I say confront, I don't mean that you're going to be aggressive and so on, but you're going
Right.
to stop in that moment and say, what is happening here?
Mm-hmm.
And get an
Mm-hmm.
explanation for things that you're
Absolutely.
told, and don't just run with it as
Mm.
people tell you. So
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, because that's the same kind of thing we try to say to our children. Ask
Mm-hmm.
questions.
Yes.
Ask questions, because it's only in the questions that some people realize that, wait, these children, them different.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They don't just take things at face value. You
I
ask
always tell
question.
them, do what makes sense to you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Not because the world is saying it's red, mean it's really red.
Mm-hmm.
It could be burgundy. You know
Mhm,
what I mean? It don't have that. Everybody have their perception of what life is. and
mhm,
and they're seeing it through their own eyes, from their life journey, like how they grew up, their environment, all of that. That's how you perceive your life. So
mhm,
that is not because it's a group of people saying yes is yes. If it don't make no
mhm.
sense, it just don't make no sense.
Yes.
we're
I
not we're
was,
not playing follow the leader here. We're all leaders. We have to stand up and
yes,
question things. Yeah.
have to. I saw some indigenous people on Facebook, and somebody was mentioning that. Look at them. Saying no, they dye the hair and the hair, and they're without tops, and they don't have on the kind of clothes what we call clothes. They have
Yeah.
covering for their bodies, and they're just free people living
Hmm.
them God-given free life.
Love that.
So somebody made a caption. No, we will call them primitive, but they don't have no mortgage. They don't have no car loan. They don't have no bills to pay.
I'm telling you, what
They,
makes sense to you?
yeah, they are not
Who is
indebted.
the, who is the real primitive one? Think about it. Who really primitive? When you work all your life and go school, and then all you do is put yourself in debt every single day. You're paying mortgage. It's not, if it's not mortgage, it's rent. If it's not, I mean, we're the only species on this earth that pays for where we live. It's foolishness. Absolute foolishness. The only
Mm,
species. And food
mm,
there for everybody. but yet we hoard it over here, and who can't get. We're the only we have a space for a car. What them call garage. Them damn people out there homeless. It's some idiot thing we're doing, you know. And we're calling these people primitive. No man, it's some idiot. It just sound like we're just full of hate. That's what it sounds like to me. But you know, that's another show because it's heavy. Sometimes it's heavy. When I think about it, it's heavy. You know. Yeah.
Me understand. Rosalie, my friend Rosalie in London, she's saying you can love and enjoy your jobs and still be free spirited, feeling light in your heart.
If you love your job, there's no wrong with that.
It's loving what you do and not waiting to live after you leave work.
Yeah, there you go.
So
some
if you're
people really enjoy, they really enjoy what they do. They get up and they go 9 to 5. And the thing about it is that we've been domesticated this way. We don't even know that we really don't love it. Sometimes we think we love it because it's what's presented to us and it's what we're told we're supposed to do. You know, but I'm telling you, once you stop and know, say, boy, 8 o'clock come and you don't have to come out of that bed. Tell me no. Most people would like to do what they do on their own time, not somebody telling you to take lunch at 12 o'clock when you don't hungry till 3. You see what I'm saying? So it's all up to them. If you love it, you love it. I'm not knocking it at all. It's just
I have challenges with some of those things because the way you train your body, sometimes you don't want to eat at 12.
Exactly. But you only have 12 to 1 to eat. I'm telling you, you better take it 12 to 1.
12 to 1 is lunchtime, and that's the only time. Exactly. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there are some things that I can't work with.
And you can't switch it up and say, you know, I won't take a lunchtime. I'm just going to leave 1 hour early. And nobody's not going to allow you to do that either. It's a trap.
Yeah. You go into the bathroom in some place where you work, you have to tell people, say, you go to the bathroom.
Come on, man. That can't be freedom. That cannot be freedom.
Be freedom for you, my sister.
It's a prison.
But
you don't know it's a prison because you're doing it for so long, and it's really a facade. Trust me.
So it must be liberating when you reach that point in your life now, when you say, "Wow, this is how life did feel."
You call your shots, man. You call your own shots. Yes. I'm a grown woman. Who's supposed to call my own shots but me? Come on, man.
So I understand exactly what you're talking about. So let's go back now to 2018 when your husband went to the other side. So he would have left this earthly plane.
Yeah.
Some people that say, boy, you know, he died and so on. But in your reality now, how was that for you?
Shocking, traumatic, frightening. I was ready for the spirit world like him. I was so angry at him. I was like, oh, what the hell are you doing? How can you go and leave me? That's crazy. Yeah, that was a shock. Totally shocked me. From my head to my toe. In total shock. It's the most traumatic thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. But like I said, it became bittersweet because now my soul, it awakened my spirit. It made me see the world differently. And I was able to free myself from that. It took me 3 years to heal. I was telling my girlfriend that up to July, I still did not want to be on earth. I was not suicidal. I was not depressed. I was still going through my healing, my grieving, everything. I didn't see a purpose of being here because I said, you know, I'm here to love people and spread love. And, you know, I thought I was just doing that already. I was like, what's the point? You know, and I missed him so much, you know. But like it's funny because and I say that now because I know he's going to come here right now because I say I miss him so much because he comes when I say I miss him, you know. So yeah, what that showed me as well is how spirit never dies and that we're spiritual beings. That's what I learned from his death.
So he comes when you say that you miss him. Talk to people who don't understand that kind of language.
Oh. Let me tell you, and I'm saying it is that when we're let me start from here is that we are spiritual beings. That's who we are. All right, we're spirits having a human experience, right? But we're spirits first.
Right.
That's who we are. Spirit is energy. So energy cannot die.
Mm-hmm.
So that energy lives on forever. So when your
Mm-hmm.
physical is done, when your body can't host the spirit anymore, it goes, but the spirit still lives. So
Mm-hmm.
the essence of the person is still there,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And for me, and I'm only saying it through my experience, is that
Right.
they go to a spirit world, right? Which is so much like this world. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same world. It's just that it's a very, very thin veil. There's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that I can, and I see him in my dreams all the time. When I say I have a whole life when I'm sleeping, I have a
Mm-hmm.
whole life with my husband. Get up, going to work, doing the things we usually do. Boom. I'm not in my dream saying, oh my God, you're alive. No, I'm having a whole, it's a lucid dream. It's a real dream, you know. So, and that just happened to me again, New Year's night,
Mm-hmm.
because my friend was going to a party and I said, no, I don't feel like people in. I haven't felt like people in 3 years. So I'm not trying to go out. I just want to stay in. And I said, right now, I would rather, and I said it to myself, I'd rather spend it with my husband. And that night I went to sleep and he was right there in the dream, and I'm having a grand time with him. So it those things for me, if somebody had told me that before, I'd be like, go away with that, the foolishness. But it's real thing for me. It's been real for the last 3 years, which has made my healing process a little bit easier, because I never was into no spirit thing and duppy thing and ray. But so many phenomenal things has happened since my husband passed, that he has shown me that he's still alive. That is just crazy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty crazy. And it's not about, oh, let him go and, you're hanging on. And no, carrot no same can go on if I'm going to meet for God. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I am not hanging on to anything. Right now, I'm so ready to date. You know what I mean? So it's not like a hanging on and saying, oh, no, man, he's there. And anybody that come into my life have to know, say, yo, you know what I
He's there.
mean?
Them have to contend with him.
Life, yo, it's not competition or nothing, but the whole point is that from time to time I do have conversations. I have my ancestral table that I set up, and I do call on him and we talk, and I have my spirit guide them, where trust me, I've gone so deep into this thing that it has freed me. It's so amazing. But it's not
Mm-hmm.
for everybody, I don't think. I think what it is that, because again we've been domesticated to be afraid of African spirituality, to not play with the dead, to not play with spirits, to not talk to spirits. Mike, are you kidding me? We are spirits. We're talking to each other every day. You know what I mean? You have to understand who you are. You are spirit. So to say you're afraid of spirit, then you're afraid of yourself. And I
Mm-hmm.
think at the end of the day, that's what they want you to be. They want you to fear
Mm-hmm.
who you are, because when you realize who you truly are as spirit, the kind of powers that you have, we're not worried of voodoo, I know obi, I know nothing. I know them kind of powers me are talking. I'm talking your true power as a sovereign being. When you
Mm-hmm.
realize that, sky's the limit, man. You can free yourself. You can free
Mm-hmm.
yourself. But nobody
Mm-hmm.
teach you this in school. When we do all in the maths and the English and the foo thing that don't just take us away from ourselves. Everything that they have taught us in school has made us go further and further from who we are. You know,
Say that again.
everything that they teach us in school push us further and further from who we truly are, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
that's their goal. You have
Mm-hmm.
to take back that power and start understanding, unlearn all of the crap, man. Unlearn and start learning about who you are. And when
Mm-hmm.
you get to that place, then you can now start choosing your destiny. You can start now creating your own reality in how you want to do things, not how them tell you to do things. Everything that they have told you has only kept you in debt, stress you out, have you running up and down in traffic like fools, and now wearing masks like crazy people. But that's another story.
Wow, 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 wow.
That's a lot.
Uh, um,
We just started
because
about 4 conversations right there.
no, no, no. I enjoy these kind of conversations because
Mm,
one of the things is, we have to, when you don't place a limit on how you think, then I can entertain conversations. I can be part of conversations, and I can understand people from where they come.
mhm.
So some of the things I may not have experienced them, some of the things I may not understand fully what, how it works, but I'm not going to close the door on the conversation at all because we are here always to learn. Now we never know everything. We never know everything. Because some people, somebody here is saying, Miss, be careful, cultism is real.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at the person, but I get it. I was there. I would have said the same thing to somebody 3 years ago too, But what cult? Ask her which cult you think I'm in, because we're spirits. We're spirits, and I talk to spirits. So what cult is that?
Because let me tell you, Kalula, you see, because we have been schooled a kind of way.
Yeah, that's why I said the domestication is real.
Yeah.
The programming is real.
Yes.
They've taught us so that's the kind of response that you will get when you let people, when you I mean, it's no joke. People will come. I mean, it's obvious now that she has come and said that I'm in some kind of cult because I deal with, hey, my spirit guides them, my ancestors. No, I don't even know where to start. Bev, it's real. It's real, this programming, because that's usually the first thing. Christianity has done this to us as well. They have taken away our African spirituality and given us this Jesus, and persons are so sold on it. So sold on it. And it's funny because Jesus is a spirit. So what kind of cult is that? You're going to church and you're eating his body and you're drinking his blood. No, come on now. What kind of cult is that? It's for me, and there's no judgment. If this is what this is where you find your peace, this is where you find your love. Hey, I don't knock it, but I ask you not to knock what I do. This is where I find peace. This is where I find love. And I hurt no one doing that. So it's so funny when persons, and I probably would have said the same thing to somebody else 3 years ago. Don't deal with the dead. Don't speak to spirits on the other side. Are you kidding me? No, my husband was not an evil man. My grandmother was not an evil woman. My grandmother's mother was not an evil woman. And these are some spirits that are around me that come to me and that has guided my life right through. I had no clue until my husband passed and they start to reveal themselves to me. So no, this is not a cult, my love. It's
I agree
and
with
I ain't
you.
no cult leader.
Because we understand the thing in a different way based on, you see, what we know, it shapes our worldview. And as you mentioned, because I say to people already, the people you would have grown with and the people who would have left this side of the world and gone on to be in the spirit world, they would have been people, some of them you would have been very close to, like your mother, your children, your parents, and so on. Now, you tell me now, when those persons come to you now in visions and dreams, we're going to run them and say them evil? How? Just by shedding the body, they have become evil?
But many people experience a lot of these things when their loved one pass. They may hear, you may be sitting in the bed and you feel someone just lie down beside you and there's nobody, but you feel in the bed sink with you. You turn around, you're hearing noise in the room where they usually make noise. These are the things. You go in the room and there's nobody. Doors are shutting, windows are opening. A song plays and it's spirit. Spirit is real, and they come in all sorts of forms and signs, but it's for you either to shut it out or to open up yourself to it. But like I said, we're spiritual beings. You can't, once your spirit awakens, you can't run from it. And a lot of people who will say, oh, it's a cult and all that, they can only think as a human being. And that human being is programmed in a way to say, stay away from the spirit, stay away from the spirit, stay away from the spirit. That's what they've been programming us from birth to do. But once you reconnect with your spirit, then you would understand that this is no cult, love. This is who we are. We're absolute spirits walking around in human bodies.
For example, if you have something to do or somewhere to go, and you say, boy, my mind just tell me, say, don't walk there, so. Which mind is that? My mind tells me,
My mind, you know, my mind, they tell me some enough to do that.
Your spirit.
Or my mind, yeah. What mind is that?
Mhm. That is your
After
spirit.
that
That's
is
not
it.
your human mind. That's your gut right there, your spirit. Your spirit lives within. So
Yeah.
when you feel, you get a feeling, you'll walk in a room, and some
Mhm.
people come around you and you have the whole of your arms, them raise up with angel bumps. You know, them call
Mhm.
it goosebumps, but it raise up. Hey, so the energy now right in this room. People go around people and them say, some of my spirit just not take her. What spirit you
Mhm.
talking about? Are you in a cult?
Mhm.
Come on. What spirit are you talking about? When you
Mhm.
get that gut feeling and it telling you to go left and not right, is a
Yeah.
cult in? Come on, man.
Mhm.
This thing is real. We are
Mhm.
spirits walking around. That's who we are. You gotta reconnect. And it's the only way you're gonna survive this thing. Or else you're gonna come back, you're gonna be reincarnated and try to learn all the lessons again. You better wake up your spirit in this time, man. To
Mhm.
free
Mhm.
yourself, unless you want, just do the journey all over again. That's up to you.
So I agree with you with that. That we have to maintain that kind of connection. And
Mm,
sometimes because of how we are trained, how we are schooled, how we are socialized, we
yeah.
see these things as being evil.
Yeah.
So when I talk with you and others like you, there's no judgment, there's
Mm,
nothing at all. We listen.
yeah.
We listen and we try to understand because your experience is not my experience. My experience
Absolutely.
is not your experience. But
Mhm.
that doesn't mean that what you experience is wrong and what I experience is right.
Yeah, that is this.
Because
That's
that's
what the
another thing
matrix
too.
does. That's
That's another
the
thing
time.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
we aim to be right all the time and
Hmm.
we aim to be perfect. And
And
that's
there's
what's
really
wrong.
none. None of it's only you see the wrong and the right only exist in the matrix. It's a
Yeah.
part of us trying to divide and conquer. That's what it's
Hmm.
been about all the time. Somebody has to be right, somebody has to be wrong. There has to,
Hmm.
and they tell you it's a necessity because of balance, but
Hmm.
whose balance is that? Really and truly, our God that we know, the universe, is a burst of love energy. That's who God is,
Hmm.
just energy. And it's an energy of love. Love don't have no fear. Love don't have duality. Love is not about right or wrong. It's just a burst of energy. That's what it
Hmm.
is.
Hmm.
So we sit down and we judge based on the only reason, the only way you can keep on talking about I am right, you are wrong, is because of how we were programmed.
Yeah.
I study science, so I know you have one set of scientists saying one thing and another set saying another thing, total opposite, but the both of them are scientists. You
Hmm.
understand? Because they're living two different realities. They're doing the test and the different things. They're living two different realities and they come up with different results. It's just like
Hmm.
another human being. We're all living differently. We're all seeing things differently. And now
Hmm.
that my spirit has awakened, I'm seeing the matrix clear as day. I'm seeing the con. I'm seeing the programming. I'm seeing the arms house where I go on. And to shake somebody and say, yo, sister, you that thing are going. You don't understand what really are going. You can't do that unless that person is ready to open up them eyes, them third eye.
Hmm.
Their spirit need to awaken to be able to understand what I'm even talking about.
Hmm.
It sounds ridiculous to me when somebody now saying, how can you deal with spirit? Because my answer will always be, I am spirit. You try to
Hmm.
tell me to deal with myself? You're
Hmm.
joking, and it's because you don't understand that you are spirit, why you can call what I do a cult.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I implore people to understand who they are and step out of the programming and reciting foolishness because them don't even understand what them say. They just recite it because somebody tell you if you deal with spirit, it must be a cult. Come on,
Yeah.
that's so ignorant to me. Learn
Um,
what a cult is too.
here,
So yeah,
here, Rosalie, I am in my 70s,
bless
and
her.
my grandmother would always say to me, "Never be afraid of spirits.
Mm-mm.
Be more afraid and cautious of the living."
Because the living is so programmed, man. Wrong and right, fight, fight, fight. Yeah,
Yes,
it's bad.
yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
know.
yes.
That's why I said people in sometimes I can't deal with it. Cause humans are so programmed that sometimes I don't want to be around them.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
are we giving up on humans?
Boy, let me tell you, yeah. Based
You
on this
serious?
pandemic, yes, I kind of give up on humans still, and just that. And when I say that, I see the spirit in everybody. So there's hope and love. So when I do meet people, I connect more with their spirit. If your energy, if my energy don't take you, I'm gone. Because I know that you're more human than you are spirit. So I better believe. Because the human side is not cool at all. Very, very robotic. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to be around it anymore. So I find my little tribe, and I'm good with my little tribe. You know, my tribe understands spirit, and we connect on a spiritual level. You know, more than we do on a human. Because that spirit is just pure love. You know, that's what your spirit is. So when you are connected to that person's core, you're connecting to the love inside of them. You know, and well, the human thing.
Sometimes when we reach the level where we are just dealing with people based on the spirit connection that we have with them, it affects even our families, relatives, because a number of them would still be operating so much on the human level. That you really have to kind of pull away, even though it is family and your relatives, and it kind of difficult sometimes.
Well, for me, I think especially the spiritual awakening is not a easy road, because I realize that even your own children, you know, I try to keep my children very close, but I understand too that they are programmed, you know what I mean, and they're in the world, and they want to have the big car, and they want to do the rat race so that they can have the big car and the this and the that, you know. And when you and that's some of them, because when you talk to them, you realize how grounded they still are, and that they understand a vibe of how they need to go about doing what they do. But to say losing friends and some family members, absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't think I lost them where I told them goodbye. They just kind of drop off on the way. Yeah, they kind of just stayed away because they don't want to hear my mouth. You know, they don't want to hear about me talking about Carrot and my experiences with them. So they stay away, which is good for me. You know, it's not bad at all, because then I'm trying to find my tribe now. I try to find, well, I'm not searching, but I know that who connects with me and understands me and will go through that vibe, and it's nice. But I've just learned over the last 3 years, because it's a lonely journey. I've had to connect to myself. I love myself and I love my company so much, you know. So who drop off, and it's sweet same way. It don't, you know, because we have family that is blood and is not really family, you know. And the people that are in my tribe is my family, but they're not blood. So you just move with however it go. It's not a bad thing.
You you talk about Carrot earlier. People don't want to hear. So we want to just make people know that Carrot is your husband. Yes, because maybe persons who are listening don't make that connection at all. We're going to take a little break, Kalula. Play some music. So if you need to sip a little water or a little juice or, you know, anything, we'll soon come back. Play some music.
So I will just ring up and running. I'm awake, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the heights. Awaken, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the eyes. Early morning as I rise. Deep breathe and exercise. Feasting on the sunrise. Hold the iron reverence for my sons and wives. I'm awakened, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the heights. Awakened, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the heights. Jelly water to my heart, yes. That's the way I break my fast. Hit the street, no retreat. must be strong, can't be weak. Chant down Babylon, we won't accept defeat. I'm awakened, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the eyes. Awaken, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the eyes. Stop. Oppressive. Got the massive passive. Implementing laws and orders so them rights them surrender. With them scriptures, psychological strictures. Fools keep cool adhere to their rules. Use like tools. Burden heavy laden like a mule. For too long, batter, murdered by their weapons. Insistence and sustenance. Building institutions. Training intellectual morons, tactics of assimilations, grooming spies to maintain their lives. I was watching you from the corner of my eyes, seeing clearly through my spiritual lens, knowing that you are not my friend. Can't be tamed, can't be bent. Ooh, like a lion, broke from your den. Now a revolutionary in your territory. Armed and dangerous, confident in no preparation.
We tune in a Pitch FM 96.7. We tune in. Play the tune there again, then. We love it.
Up and running. I'm awakened, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the heights. Awaken, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the eyes. Early morning as I rise. Deep breathe and exercise. Feasting on the sunrise. Hold the high reverence for my sons and wives. I'm awakened, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the eyes. Awaken, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the eyes. Jelly water to my heart, yes. That's the way I break my fast. Hit the street, no retreat. Must be strong, can't be weak. Chant down Babylon, we won't accept defeat. I'm awakened, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the eyes. Awaken, no sleep in my eyes. Focus, I sight up the eyes. Stop. Oppressive. Got the massive passive. Implementing laws and orders so them rights them surrender. With them scriptures, psychological strictures. Fools keep cool adhere to their rules. Use like tools. Burden heavy laden like a mule. For too long, batter, murdered by their weapons. Insistence and sustenance. Building institutions. Training intellectual morons. Tactics of assimilations. Grooming spies to maintain their lives. I was watching you from the corner of my eyes. Seeing clearly through my spiritual lens. Knowing that you are not my friend. can't defend. Ooh, like a lion, broke from your den. Now a revolutionary
In your territory.
Armed
And dangerous. Confidently. Liberation is a must, is a must, is a must. I'm awakened. And here we're talking to the sister about the spirit and coming into yourself and understanding. I'm Mara there. I'm awakened. Welcome back. It's Cultural Mix. We are in the studio of Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music, and your program is Cultural Mix. Your host, of course, Bev Moonchild. And we're talking to Kalula. What an amazing discussion. Just being free and just thinking, you know, not entangled at all with the trappings of that kind of education where you can't think a certain kind of way. It's difficult. If when you think something, you say, I wonder. If you have to wonder when you think something wrong. No, just think, just, you know, because that's what we are. And I find now that a lot of people not thinking, you know, because certainly if we were thinking, some things could never happen. And you would never go along with certain things because you're actively thinking about what is happening. Yeah. Welcome back, Kalula.
Thank you.
Listen, you spoke about even New Year's Eve or New Year's night. Which one of the nights that you were in an active how you had put it again, but your husband came and you were just
in my dreams,
really living in your dream with him. And it's not like you're hooked on him or you can't let him go, because that is what some people may say. How do you answer to that? It's because you don't want to let him go. Why she dream him all the time?
You say, how do I answer to that? I really don't. It's none of them business. But since you're asking,
yes, for purpose of the discussion.
For the purpose of the discussion, if I say so, it's so it go. You know what I mean? The whole point is that he comes when I call him. You know, it's not about, you know, this is my best friend. This is my best friend. This is not no, you know, people can label husband and do whatever. This was my best friend. You know, this is who I could be 100% Kalula with, without judgment. You know, there was no judgment zone. There was just pure growth. I remember one time asking him, what would break us up? What would make us, you know, like, you know, whatever cheated or whatever did. And he said, the only thing that would break us up is if I stop growing.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. If I stop growing. So it looked like I didn't have a little cheating pass there, but just kidding. But at the end of the day, him say, if I stop growing, that is what would have broken us up. And now I get what he says about that. You know, it's just about always evolving. And my spirituality over the last 3 years has involved a lot of my spirit guides. And he has been one of them major in guiding how I have been living, you know, and how much I've been blessed and abundantly. When I say blessed, I mean abundantly blessed. You know, I could have given up. I could have said, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. Not suicidal or anything in that time, but just being like, hey, just, you know, throw my hands up in the air. But I went through it. I did my shadow work. I did all the work I'm supposed to do. I did my healing journey. And he was right there with me. You know, so was my grandmother.
What do you refer to as your shadow work?
The shadow work is when you understand the things that, those dark places, the dark you know, we all have a dark side, unhealed traumas from childhood right through up. You know, I'm still dealing with them. You know, we're all unhealed souls. You know, let me just take it away from myself a little bit. All of us are unhealed souls, and we're here on earth to continue healing, whether it's from our past life, whether it's from our childhood, whether it's from trauma from our adults. But we are dysfunctional adults walking around trying to make a way on earth right now. All of us. And some of us find it, whatever they find through religion, spirituality, through books, through whatever it is that helps you to heal. So the spirits that have been around me has helped me to heal. I can do nothing but have pure gratitude for them, honor them and respect them and unapologetically talk about them, because they are alive and well in my life.
Yeah.
So, and these are not strangers. It's my husband, it's my grandmother, and it's my great grandmother. They're not strangers to me. You know what I mean? They're the essence of their energy around me. These are not some, oh my God, I need to be frightened. I'm telling you, when my husband first came to me, I was frightened as hell. And I've always told him, we have always been like, oh, if one of us die before each other, then we're going to find a way to contact. I was joking, really. But and I always said to him, well, make sure you don't scare me if it happens, just don't scare me with it. But it was frightening at first. It was frightening. I'm not used to all of that. That's not something that I've ever dabbled in before. Don't know much about it until it started happening to me. And I've just had to embrace it, because after a while it felt so comforting. It was a big part of my healing. So nobody can look on me now and tell me don't deal with them or let them go. Let them go where? They're here. That's what they do. Your ancestors are here to help you. They're waiting. I understand that everybody has at least the very least 4 ancestors just standing up beside them right now, waiting. They won't harm you or nothing. They're waiting for you to say, help me with this, not this a journey, I look away. Help me with this. Not. They're waiting for you to ask them to help. They won't interfere with your life if you don't ask them. So everybody needs to understand that. You all have at least 4. You may not know them by name, but honor them and respect them. Without them, we'd still be slaves, We think about it. You know much things we'd have got through if it wasn't for our ancestors. And you going to tell me don't even honor them? Don't call them them dead, so leave them alone? Are you kidding me? I couldn't be a slave, Remember, I'm gonna tell you that. So me have to thank my ancestors. I have to thank them. Yeah, it's a serious thing. But
Yes.
yeah. I like that so much. So
Yes. What are some of the ways? Because outside of a dream where you go to your bed, you close your eyes, or sometimes you don't even close your eyes.
Yeah.
They just come up to you.
They appear
with your eyes wide open.
I tell people that you dream while you're awake and you dream while you're sleeping. We're always dreaming. While we're awake, we're creating every moment. Even just now, while I'm talking to you, Bev, on Fit FM, I am creating this right now as I speak. And I think people don't understand when you say create your own reality. So for me, if I am here awake, and especially where I am now, I have not set up my ancestral table, but if I call on Carrot now, he will absolutely come, and I will feel him. Either they'll be like, sometimes it's a heavy presence. I can feel. I know when it's him more than when I know. My grandmother doesn't come as much, but my great grandmother will come.
Oh, you know the difference.
And that's just something that I know. It's just the energy. It's the energy is so real. And when you let go and you're not trying to feel it, it's just felt. It's like breeze blow on you and you feel it. You weren't trying to step into the breeze just come on you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of difficult to understand. So you kind of know the difference. I absolutely know the energy of my husband, different than my great grandmother. Come on. That's like, you feel the difference, and based on what the conversations that I will be having, he will absolutely come. And it's the same thing with mama. If I call on mama comes. I've never known this woman, never known her.
Wow.
Yeah, never knew her. And she was described to me by a lady that I saw that told me that this woman comes to me in the form of a bird. And she described the woman to me, and I said, I don't know who that woman is. And she said, ask your mother about that woman. And when I asked mommy, I described the woman to mommy, because all I have is a black and white picture of her. And the lady was telling me, oh, she's a brown skinned woman, and she's this, and the community loved her. She raised so many people. I didn't know anything about my grandmother, but she has been protecting me from my birth, my own birth. And she was there for the birth of my 5 children. And I never knew that. And when I described the woman to my mother, she said, that's mama. She said, "How
Wow.
you know about mama?" She has never told me about her grandmother. I don't know anything about her grandmother. And she told me it was mama. She was in shock that I even knew how she looked. At I could describe the lady described her to me, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So and mama died when my mother was even a child, I believe. You know, so
Wow.
mommy remembers a lot of things about her, and some of the things that the lady told me, she was able to say yes, that's absolutely who mama was. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I can tell the difference because there's some things that I need help with that I would more want to call mama on than I
Mm-hmm.
call on Carrot. And you know, for persons who's saying, you know, because I know one person said, so is it like a prayer? Are you worshiping these people? No, it's not like that. The absolute energy of love is what I know of. I only can know who Bev is if I
Mm-hmm.
know Bev. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when persons talk about this Jesus and this God in the sky and all that, I can't identify with that. You know, I can identify with the sea and how a tree makes me feel when I hug it. I can identify when I step into the beach, how it makes me feel. That's God right there. You know, those are the things I know. So when the energy of love comes on, I know it's a higher being. I know it different than it's Carrot or if it's mama or if it's my grandmother. I know when the spirit of God is on me. You know what I mean? And that spirit is that love energy that I'm talking about. It's not a white man in the sky. It's definitely not a sky god. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just an energy. So, you know, so there is a sun that gives us life, you know,
Yes.
so it and mama earth, you know, that absolutely allows us to live. So the connection with nature, the connection with God, and the connection with the spirits that are around us is real. And if you don't tap into it, then you're just not gonna know what I'm gonna talk about, and I'm going to look like a crazy. But it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay because me living it and it's me enjoying it and it's me loving it and it's me just, you know, just
Yes.
being.
You are right when you say if you don't understand and if you can't see what I'm saying, it's fine.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
It's cool,
Absolutely.
no problem.
And
Because
not pressure yourself to understand it either. Just know say it's pure love me I deal with. And
yeah.
pure look here, my heart's so much full of so much love. There's you know, you don't have to worry about me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Don't
mm-hmm,
have to worry
mm-hmm,
about
mm-hmm.
me. It's
Yes.
all love.
Talk about a free thinker and a free spirit and a free mind.
Hmm.
You just be. No, not encumbered or bombarded by any of the
Mm-mm.
other trappings
No,
of
so
this world. So, the Christians would say, you're in the world, but not of the world.
That's exact-
This is it.
yes. In the world, but I'm not of the world. And I'm absolutely born again. When my spirit awakened, I was completely born again.
Because you're new, you become a new person.
Totally new. I saw
A new
everything
person,
new.
yes.
Yeah, the world
So many things
looked
may even
so
shock you.
different.
Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, K is saying, Kalula, a book is right there. Go write it.
No, the many books I could have been writing right now. Jeez, you don't even hear half the story, but that's the
Uh, you,
yeah.
you,
I've been told so many times. I've started so many books, you know.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when is the right time? When is the
It will
right
come.
time?
It will
Yeah.
come. It will
Right now
come.
I'm still discovering who I am and enjoying me right now. You know, a lot of people will want books and all that. I post a lot of little things that my spirit, you know, says on Facebook. I do post a lot of stuff that may not be for everybody, but when I do get downloads and you know sometimes I have some meditation and things will just come to me and it make a lot of sense and I say, no man, let me share this, you know.
You want to share it?
And
Yes.
yeah, and I share it. So I think with all my Facebook posts, I could actually compile a book already, you
Mm-hmm,
know,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
especially right after my husband passed and I was experiencing a lot of dopey things. You know, I call it dopey things because that's what it was. It was a lot of spirits, you know, and things that I didn't understand, but I understand it was him and a team of spirits that I don't even know, but it was him, you know, and you know, being in the house that I was living in with him, there's so many things that were going on, so many things that just I have to scratch my head and And I think I did post a couple of them. I couldn't post certain things because you don't know already.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't care who thinks I'm crazy, but then I cared. So I wouldn't have posted a lot of things, you know. But yeah, this thing is really a Bev. It's absolutely.
What were some of the things that concerned you when it started ticking? I said, but wait, what is this? Me not used to them kind of something here. What was some of them things that
I had a dream one night. This one is very profound to me because it involved my kids as well. I was dreaming one night. I don't know if I was dreaming. I must have been. I'm lying in my bed and I felt a hand come around me, like spooning me. And my husband used to spoon me, you know, so I felt, and that was just the touch alone. I actually felt the touch, just like if you were to touch yourself right now, that's the touch. I felt the hand come around. So I can't tell you that I was actually awake or asleep. I don't know. What I did was to hold on. I put my hand around and I pinched him just to see whether or not it was him. Because at this point, I'm like frightened with fear. Because what is it that is holding me? And when I pinched him, I realized it's Carrot because I'm more skin and bone. And so him stay, you know, him look a bit already. So when I pinched, I was like, oh, it's Carrot. And I just felt something really calming, you know, and I just allowed it to hug me. And I knew it was him, you know, and I remember it being December 6th, it would have been 2018, because it was my mother's birthday. And every day, because he died that year, he transitioned in July that year. My mother would call me every day. Daddy would call me every day. Are you okay? How you doing? And I'd be like, I'm okay. I'm okay. So that morning she called me. It was her birthday. And she called me, hey, happy birthday, Mommy. She's like, what happened? How you doing this morning? I said, I'm good. And I said, I even feel better because Carrot came and hugged me. And she's a Christian. So she was like, you know, you mustn't talk to the dead. You mustn't deal with the dead and all this. And I'm like, okay, Mommy, you don't want to worry or nothing. I just say, yeah, all right, no problem. That evening, that same my little laughter, I hung up the phone with her. My daughter, my baby daughter, who I guess at the time would have been about 18 or 19, she said to me, oh my God, Mommy, I dreamt Uncle Carrot last night. And I said, really? You know, I said, tell me, because, you know, they were so excited. Sometimes they don't get to dream him. And, you know, of course they were, you know, this is a stepdaddy. And I said, what did you dream? And she looked at me and she said, I dreamt I was passing your room and Uncle Carrot was hugging you in your bed.
Whoa.
That freaked me out because I looked on her and I said, Demona, he was in my bed last night hugging me. How is it that my daughter dreamed that the same night where the man is hugging me? Now, them things that blow my mind, you know, and those were some of the spooky things. He was constantly trying to tell me that he's alive, constantly. There was another instance where my daughter, same Demona, came to me and said, you know, Mommy, I dreamt Uncle Carrot again. I was like, what happened? She said she get up, she's getting dressed for work, and she's going in the car because he usually takes her to work. We all used to work at the same our office or business. And she got dressed for work and everything. And she looked at him and she said, Uncle Carrot, you're alive. And he said, yes, I am alive. And they went and she said she went in the car and she said she woke up. That same day, Bev, my son Avatar came and said, Mommy, for the first time I dream Uncle Carrot. Because they're so excited when they get to see him, you know. So then I dream Uncle Carrot. I said, what you dream? Because I thought I was crazy because the mother dreamed him too. Avatar said he's getting ready to go to work, and Uncle Carrot called him and said, come now, let's go. You know, because he's taking them to work. And him look on Uncle Carrot and say, hold on, Uncle Carrot, you're alive. And Carrot said to him, of course I'm alive. And my son wakes up. The two of them have the same dream the same night. And they sleep in two different rooms. It's not like, I mean, those things blow my mind. How does that happen? You know, and in the home, I was just happy that it wasn't happening to me alone. That he was appearing when he wanted to appear. I remember my daughter, Jatoni, who wasn't as close because she had left for the States. You know, she was going to college in the States, and he was, at that time I had just married him. So she was back and forth. So she wasn't as close as the other four to him. So when he died, she was in Jamaica, and we were looking for a receipt book, you know, and I said, it must be in his study somewhere. We needed that receipt book we were going to the country to do some business. And I said, no, man, you know, I remember Avatar's girlfriend was there, and I said, go ahead, go. I said to Tony, go in the room and look. You know, it's in his study. It's there somewhere. She went around there. She couldn't find it. She come back. Mommy, I don't see it. I said, ask Lati to go with you. Lati is my son's girlfriend. I said, ask Lati. And I said, when you go around there, ask Carrot to tell you where the book is. Right? And they both went into the study. They said as they went into the study, the book that they're looking for was right on the desk, right on his table. As you enter his study, that's his table. You can't miss it. And Jatoni was in there several times looking all over. The book was right there. Jatoni looked on me and said, Mommy, I want to go back to the States. I can't do this anymore. She was so spooked, and these things were happening in the house. It's a host of it. If I was to write the kind of phenomenal stuff that were going on, people would say you are lying. And if my kids weren't experiencing it with me, then I know that it would be me that is crazy. But my kids were going through the same thing. They were experiencing, and they look on me and no, you can't tell them nothing about spirit. Them know say character life, them know spirit, them life, them know say when you're dead, there's no way you're sleeping. Nobody is resting when you sleep. There's no rest in peace because spirit is alive and well and gone about them business in the spirit world. So yeah, it's real things, Bev. There's no joke to this.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Even though it's coming from Judith, my friend, she's in Canada. Even though you knew it was him, didn't you feel fearful?
Of course, as spooked as ever. Even when he first, when I realized it was him, I felt that calm, But I was just still stiff. I wouldn't move. I didn't move. I couldn't move. Because that was the first time actually having him hold me like that. I've had him hold me in my dreams. That's different. I know I was sleeping. Then I can't tell you that I was sleeping or awake. I don't know. I just know that I felt it, actually felt it. But I've had dreams that I've actually felt stuff too. So, like I said, we dream when we're sleeping and we dream when we're awake. Sometimes we don't know which world we're in. Yeah, we shift dimensions when we sleep. Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing was frightening. I sold my house. I had to get out. It was.
Oh, you got out. You got out.
Absolutely. I left for the States in 2019. I actually left for a 3-week vacation and stayed because I felt so much at peace. And the peace that I was feeling is that I need to be here. I need to be away from Jamaica. I need to not be in a place that I felt hurt me or I couldn't heal properly because it would have been so many reminders. I did everything with my husband, We did everything together. Everything. We worked together. We played together. We did everything together. So to have him cut away is like I felt my whole world was just crashed. So it was traumatic.
But in removing from that physical space, though, he's still with you.
Yeah.
Not going away.
Having the dreams and wasn't going anywhere. But I was in a place that I was better able to be by
at that
myself
time,
and
yes.
understand it. I didn't have anybody in my ear saying, stop dealing with the devil, stop dealing with the spirits, stop dealing with this and stop dealing. I didn't have anybody because I think every spirit is devilish. You know what I mean? I didn't have anybody saying that in my ears. I was just by myself, experiencing it by myself, figuring it out by myself, and I had to try to find a way of how is it that I'm going to, deal with this. I had to, I don't know, because remember too, I grieving on top of that, I grieving, and it's like, sometimes I'd get mad at him and say, you're not even allowing me to grieve because you're here. Like, how does that happen? And why can't I touch you? Like, come there, let me see you. Let me actually see you. I want to see you because I know he's here, and it becomes frustrating sometimes. I mean, hours and just nights of bawling and just trying to wonder if I'm going crazy, I already knew that, he was alive and well back in Jamaica when all those spooky things were happening. But to be by yourself in the States and still having those dreams, still having those, and that's where I started really studying about African spirituality, and it started to open up of who we really are, and the practices of what our ancestors, how they used to worship before they were given Jesus Christ, this is exactly how they used to honor the ancestors and honor who their loved ones who were, you know, who took care of them while they were here, and is doing a phenomenal job. You know, a lot of us are only alive and well because of our ancestors. You know, a lot of us are spirit
Lula,
guys. Not yeah.
Look here. Allow me to share something with you, because all of this is happening, and I'm looking at myself and I say, wow. Sometimes it's because we don't allow ourselves to see the depth and the magnitude and how people who were here with us and have gone to another dimension, we don't understand that the people them really run, we are take care of, we, you know.
I don't think we'll get it.
No, I'm going to tell you something. My son Rezu, when he was a baby, Imara will remember, some things used to just come upon his body, big bumps, and them just burst open. And I say, what could have taken the poor picnic? What could have caused? We don't know what happened. We went to the point where we carried him to the children's hospital in Kingston. We're living in St. Thomas. And guess what? Them said, no, they have to do an AIDS test because this don't look right.
Like rash and stuff was on him.
Yeah, they did an AIDS test.
What?
We say AIDS. After the test results came back, it came back negative, of course, but it puzzled every single doctor as to what could have caused all of this. And at one point, one come up over his eye, and when we see this thing, it burst open, leave a big hole on top of his eye, you know.
Wow.
The night before I go to my bed, I call out to my great-grandmother. And I say, only you alone can't come talk to me now and tell me. You have to talk to me. Needless to say, by the time I lie down, there was a dream. And she came up to me, see, and she opened my hand and she put something in my hand. When I look, it's like a little brown tablet, eh?
Yeah.
And she said, give him. Give him. You know, I wake up the morning and I shared it to the Imara, and I walk every pharmacy looking for a tablet that look like it. See because that? When she put it in on my hand, she said vitamin. When I wake up, I walk every pharmacy in Morant Bay. I reach a town, I look for the because I remember how them look.
Yeah, yeah.
And I eventually found some brown looking tablets, vitamin, you know. And I start crushing and I give it to him. And believe me, as I sit down here, never one more, never come up on that child.
So, Bev, what kind of cult that you're in?
And I am saying,
oh my God.
When I hear you talk some things, I understand, I can relate to enough of them.
Man, it happened to enough people.
And these are people we know. Yeah. No, if these are people we know. My great-grandmother, she used to call me Bevelyn. And when she come and she said Bevelyn and she pray. No, when she dead now, as we would refer to her as being dead, how does she become evil?
Okay.
She can't become Satan, picnic.
And how dare anybody tell you say you mustn't call upon her? And you know, her spirit's still living, still wanting to love you and take care of you. Same way.
I can't agree with people who say don't communicate with the dead. I can't agree. I can't agree. Because as you say, it is spirit that we are talking to. Because the physical self is no more.
But you know what it is, Bev? People have imprisoned themselves with the Bible. And if it not says so in the Bible, then it can't go so, you know. And when you make a book, imprison your life the way it is, and you're just not living, you know. You're not living when you are so bound to one book, you know. That I don't even want to get too much into it.
We have to say no.
I don't want to offend anybody and their religion.
That is the thing. That is the thing.
You've got to step outside sometimes.
That is the thing, because when you hold to something that you believe in from your born, you believe in this, you know, it's gonna be difficult to kind of even cut your eye upon it much more, to think another way apart from it. So we understand the persons who hold it dearly.
Oh yeah, man. Love, respect to people who are saying,
we are not casting no judgment.
None at all.
That is what you can identify with. We are not saying anything at all about that. We're not bad mouth it nor anything, because that is what you know, and you can only give of what you can only give what you have.
But I
And you
said to
can only-
people,
yeah.
open up yourself. Just like how I respect that you're a Christian, respect that I think a whole different way.
It's gonna
You
be
know?
difficult for them
Yeah.
to open up to something else. It's gonna be
Yeah.
difficult, and I know that it's gonna be difficult. So I don't
Yeah.
ask people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Me nobody ask us. I try understand when me. I say no. Me not
Oh
asking.
no. I'm not even trying to let people understand it. No. My
Yeah.
thing is that you need to know that people have different perspectives of,
Yeah.
of how to live life, you know,
Yes.
and who God is to them. You have to know that, because if you're a Christian and you are say love, this is all love.
Yeah.
That's all we are said to. We're not saying nothing different than love, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it
we
is
just
it
have
is
to
an understanding
understand.
that should be inevitable. I shouldn't have to ask you to understand that, you know.
Because it is no strange. It's not strange. But a lot of people tell you that them old people come dream them and give them numbers, you know.
Yeah. I know.
Numbers. Some of them are gonna buy lotto and win.
I wish I would have get some numbers. That I don't even play this thing. But if some numbers come to me, yeah.
If the numbers come, be gone.
You
know what I mean? Because these numbers can't be wrong if them come with it. So we are seeing people have had different experiences.
Absolutely.
Over the time, and they have had experiences with the spirit of their loved ones. We cannot turn our back on it and say it not exists and it not real.
Yeah.
Mind you, there are persons who may manipulate the spirits for other reasons. And that's not what we are talking about here.
Not at all. Not at all.
Exactly. Judith again is saying, there are times you post numbers, dates. Does that relate to the spirit as well? This is somebody who seemed to follow you.
Okay, so we have what they call, when we start seeing numbers in synchronicity, the 111s and the 222s, we understand that they're the angels speaking to us, you know. They're like reminders, they're codes. If you know about science and mathematics, the whole world is full of that. You know, that's a whole different program. You know, everything is coded on this earth. Everything, you know, and that's just how the angels speak to us. The angel guides, you know, that's how they speak to us through numbers. You'll find signs and symbols through maybe songs, through music. I did say songs, which is music, but like radio, even TV shows, movies. Sometimes you'll see something that you were asking, you know, and they speak to you in many ways. You know, there's certain numbers that I see that I know is a definite confirmation for something that I'm asking for.
Yeah.
You know, even if I have it directly, my subconscious already asks the question. I just haven't been conscious about it. But I want to know. My gut already tell me that you need to know this, you know. And I will get a confirmation in my in the numbers that come to me. So it's that, you see, it's not for everybody. It's how you have built a relationship with your spirits.
Yeah.
You know, so even when I post that, I just post that for me. You know, it's really my relationship. Just like how you have a personal relationship with your God, I have a personal relationship with my spirit guides and my ancestors. You know, my guide is like Carrot, and my thing there, my ancestor, who I know, my mama, my great grandmother is my guardian angel. That's who my real guardian angel is. And last year when my grandmother passed, she was 100 years old. I was extremely close to my grandmother, so I know she's a part of my spiritual team. Like I said, I don't feel her as much as I feel Mama. I guess I haven't called on her as much, you know. It's the first time being back in Jamaica since her passing, so I have not even connected with her how I'd like to connect with her. But my point is that you have a personal experience with your guides, and they speak to you in different ways. So the numbers are just one of the ways that they speak to me.
This evening I'm really sharing some personal experiences, because the thing is real. And when we hear people talk, we have to support what they say. And when I hear Kalula speak, I am supporting you because I'm experiencing so much of this thing. And I know it cannot be wrong. I can't put evil, I can't stamp it as being evil because I've not had that kind of experience. It's all good, it's all love, it's all pure. And so if you have experienced something negative with spirit, then we are not talking the same thing here. It's not the same thing where, no, I'm referring to persons who may have had a negative experience.
Yes, some people do actually. Yeah.
Yes. So it's not the same kind of thing we're having here. It's not
Oh,
the same
no.
understanding we're having, because there are people, as I say, who manipulate spirit. They have learned how to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And they have used spirit to do negative things. That's not the experience we are talking about, because we don't have that kind of experience.
I don't have those kind of guides around me either. There's none of them that would be, even if I ask them to do something to somebody, sometimes they want somebody just to knock them out, you know. But I would never do that. You know, my thing is I live my life on karma, you know. I don't play with karma at all.
Yes,
you know,
it's going to come back for you.
Yeah, man, I put everything in this earth that is good so I can get back the good. You know, I do that on purpose. So you not hear me try to hurt nobody. Nobody.
My just sharing with the listeners and viewers, my father transitioned 2020 February, and or is 2021? What year are we in now?
We're in 22.
It was just before COVID.
2020.
Yeah, just before COVID. Yes, the February before COVID. COVID was the March, yeah, and he went February. And I can tell you, as a farmer who would have had everything what we need to eat, yam that he would have feed the very district that I was born in. Everybody I come down at my house for food and water, because we had a water tank. Guess what? The farm is no more. We don't have no yam. We don't have nothing, more than so. And my mother was at home. No food to eat, no grown provision. And you know what he did? Went to our church brother in a dream, and he said, Mama no have no food on the yard, And you know what happened? The man couldn't make daylight quick.
Yeah.
Him carried the yam, come give my mother, and say, Sister Gloria, deacon, because my father was a deacon. Deacon, come to me, tell your husband thanks. No, tell me thanks. Tell your husband thanks, because him come dream me last night, so you don't have no food down here.
There you go.
And my mother looked at him and said, so me not have none though.
Wow.
And I'm saying, look at that. You wouldn't ask him because you know, like, but he knew.
Yeah.
Because I'm dead and him to say the house now. No.
Yeah. And how can anybody say that his spirit is not alive and well? Because him know his wife didn't have any food. Exactly. Him know this because he's living in another dimension.
And he's there in spirit there and see,
Absolutely.
So I can't refer to that as something evil.
Yes,
and I can't refer to that as something to remove yourself from.
We're programmed.
So I understand clearly.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're saying here. We see it all the time. The numbers come. You open a book, to read, and you see one number.
Yeah.
And you walk down the road, you go in an office, and the number where you get is the same number you saw in the book before you leave home. And then you go back to the office. Yes, and somebody call you, and when you look at the phone number have the same number.
Match up. License plate, your driver and a license plate number, boom, it match up. It don't stop. They don't stop. And they constantly awaken you in that way. That's how they awaken your spirit, Like when I started putting up those numbers, the amount of people that start writing to me, messaging me, Alicia starts the numbers, what it mean? I don't know what it mean. You got to connect to spirit. They're trying to talk to you. Go deal with your people trying to reach you. Just talk to them. You know what I mean? I can't tell you what your spirit's saying to you. I know what mine are. You know what I'm saying? I have a relationship with my people. But this is for you to know, connect, stop, drop all of the distractions, man, and connect with yourself. Yourself is spirit. It's the only thing that's going to live after your body gone. So why wouldn't you take care of that? Why wouldn't you honor that and try to find out more about that?
The spirits never die.
Stop reciting that this is evil, man. You're reciting it. Who taught you that? Who tell you that? Who tell you that? You see what I'm saying? The follow the lead of foolishness. Drop all of that, man, and get with self and start to ask questions. You gotta ask questions. Yeah.
Yes. You are doing art now, Kalula.
So them say. Yeah, I started painting. I tell you, that thing has given me such freedom, Bev. Never knew that I could actually paint, Well, I knew I could paint, but I never knew it would look good. It looked good enough for people to respect it and say, yeah, we want to purchase some of this. So I've been very blessed with that. Yeah. Just started painting last July, and just turn it into a business is all I do actually now, is just paint. Yeah. And I'll paint until I stop enjoying it.
How is the experience for you?
Oh, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Like I eat, sleep, dream painting. You know, it's a place. It's almost like when you go to the beach and you enjoy it, so you just don't stop go. That's what's been happening to me. I start painting and I enjoying it, and I just don't stop paint.
So I bought one of your paintings, and trust me, I have it right at my door. So when I'm going into the room, I see it.
Sweet.
I come out of the room, I look at her. How the characters come to you for painting? How they come? How you know what to paint and when?
You really don't. Like I have a canvas. Oh, the colors now. You know, I don't know, because really and truly, I am not an artist in that way at all. I just have the canvas in front of me, and I feel like painting, and I just paint. And if it look like it turning into something, then that's what it is. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. What I do know, when I first started, and I'm so in love with African, spirituality and anything, and I love bright colors, and I love anything that is African inspired, and I noticed that with the mask and with even with the outfit, even look at your beautiful top that you have on, it's always these colors and then patterns, and it's just always so beautiful to see. And I just love pretty things. I love colors, and I love things that make me smile. Colors make me smile, mask make me smile. So I started painting mask at first. And when I put that up in my apartment, I had taken some pictures, put it on Facebook, and people were started to admire it and say, hey, we'd like some of your paintings. And it just turned into one big business. I just paint and people like it, surprisingly.
Yes. Yeah,
I surprise myself. I can't tell you how I'm inspired other than just the colors, and I'll say, oh, I want to draw a mask, and I just draw a mask out of my head, just draw what I know a mask look like, and it turn into something. I was telling my friend today that sometimes I think I'm drawing something, thinking it's going to come out one way, and it come out another, because I'm not really an artist like that. I can't really draw. I'm a stick person. I draw a stick and just paint, and it just look good. So I don't know, but what I do know is that it brings so much joy and happiness to me. So I just keep doing it, and I won't stop until it stop giving me the joy and happiness. So I'm so honored and blessed that people actually purchase my art, because I'm like, yeah, never been to art school, don't know nothing about paint palette, and people are asking me what medium you use. Medium, I forgot Google what medium mean. Yeah, it's not bad. Like I don't know what some of the art terms mean, but I just paint.
But you can see the life in the paintings.
Oh, they're so alive.
Make you feel good in yourself.
Yeah.
And if it makes you feel good, it can't be. It has to be something good.
Oh, there's a lot of love in my paintings, and when you say they're alive, every single one of my art is alive.
Yes.
You actually feel the energy from the painting.
Yes.
Which is just, but it's. I feel it, so I know others must feel it, and I actually been told that too, so I know people feel it. Yeah, man, them paintings are alive.
They're really, really bright and nice, lived up the space and so on. So this is another way now for you to be living free.
Yeah.
Living free and understanding, because you have no hour to start or no hour to stop, or no time, or no submission, or no deadline to meet, or anything.
None of that.
Or no report to write.
None of that. None of that.
You're really living the free life and the free mind and the spirit of thinking. Because what we have to leave this discussion understanding is that we all have the ability to be free thinkers. If nothing else comes out of this, I want people to understand we all have the ability to be free thinkers. You choose if you want to or not.
That's it. It's just a choice.
Yeah.
It's just a choice.
And if you want to, it will happen. commit to yourself. Start questioning things. Look at things in a different way. People who teach you certain things over the time, start questioning even them. And do so, as some people would say, do so in love, or do so not in any aggressive or any ungrateful kind of way, but you're questioning. And it will come, because we never born, we weren't grown to be thinkers.
Yeah.
It's after you start realize what happened, you say, but wait.
It's now make no sense.
Giving yourself now the chance now, and so you start to question. You weren't questioning from the day you're born.
You weren't allowed to.
You weren't allowed to.
You weren't even given an opportunity to, because you were just given a script.
Yeah.
And we followed the script. We did everything they said we were supposed to do. They're telling that this is the society and this is how you must live. You must sit like this and take up the knife and fork, and this is how you're to do it. That's exactly what we have done. Have it brought us? Don't you feel better when you just take it up with your hand and eat it? You grab more food. You know what I mean? There's just the ways that they're telling us, it don't feel good to our soul, but we still do it. My thing is, and I hope for 2022, I wish for everybody that if it's not bringing you joy and peace and happiness,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's a simple thing. You're in charge of your life. You are in control of all of your choices. Every single thing you do is a choice. You may not like some of the consequences of your choices, but hey, if you know it's going to bring you happiness in the end, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Regardless of who may feel hurt too.
Oh man. They're making themselves happy, you're not hurt a soul, They're making themselves happy. If they have a choice, they're going to do what makes them happy too, whether it's going to hurt you or not. Yeah.
So we're saying, do what make you happy. It makes you happy, do it.
Absolutely.
It feels good, do it.
Yes.
Don't hurt anyone. Don't try to be judgmental on anybody. We are talking about self now.
Yes.
And empowering yourself and allowing yourself to feel the freedom and to be that free thinker and that free mind that the Almighty Creator really intended for all of us.
What? We are sovereign beings, guys. Yeah. We were born free.
Yeah.
We're born free. We're put on this earth as free beings.
Yeah.
Absolutely free God beings, I want to say.
And not for anybody to try and control our lives and tell us how and when and what. Not to do and what to do.
We've allowed it too much.
Yeah.
That has become the norm, that we can't even see beyond that. It's time to step out of it and see beyond it.
Yeah. We want to thank you, Kalula.
Thank you.
You really have touched some points, and you touched some corn, and some people feel vexed, and
they'll be fine. I love them same way.
Yes, we have come to the understanding now that we can we have the choice. If nothing else, we understand this evening we have the choice, and some of the things that we would consider to be evil or to be devilish or to be dopey business, we understand that spirits don't die. We are spirit ourselves,
and we will live eternally.
Yeah. That is the eternal life.
Yeah, we will live eternally. Spirits don't die.
Yeah. And we are to understand our free being, and understand that we really are put here to heal our souls. As you say, a lot of unhealed souls are around, and we're to continue healing our souls.
Yes. Don't stop growing. Don't stop evolving.
Yeah, in healing their souls. So it's a healing process for all of us.
Yes.
I really enjoyed talking with you, Kalula.
Thank you for having me, Bev.
Yeah.
And thanks to your listeners for accommodating me too.
Yes, man. Let us all continue to heal and to help others to heal as well. Thank you, my sister. All the very best.
And to you,
Kalula, take care. Yes. Really, really inspiring. Thank you, my sister. One love all the time, folks. We really come down to 8 o'clock. And I'm saying to everyone, let us continue healing and helping others to heal. No judgment. A burst of love, as Kalula would say. Thank you, everybody who joined us. I kind of drop off of Facebook. I don't know if it's my data. Leave me. But me stop seeing the comments them. But thank you, everyone who joined us. Everybody. We come back again next week, Friday, all being well. And we say, join us again and share the program with your friends. Encourage other people to come. 2022, we have enough things to talk about, enough experiences to go through. Do that with us. We thank you so much. All the very best, folks. Have an awesome Friday evening, awesome Saturday, awesome Sunday. Take care next week. And we'll come back next Friday, all being well. See you and thank you so much.
Lend a lend to your brother, man. Spend more time with Almighty God. Share and care for the little ones. Just say, come unto me.